Hey, listen, everybody. Everybody is here. We're here. This is Total Balanced Life Ministries. Y'all know me, Dev Campbell. I got my man with me. I hit him up. I said, listen, I said, there's some things we need to talk about. Folks been asking opinions and sending messages and emails and all that. I said, listen, I can't do this without my man. Y'all know I'm from Jersey. I got to represent, even though I'm from Union County and he out there in Essex County, but it's one of Jersey's finest, one of Jersey's own, my man,
Wow.
Gerald Miller. I
Yo,
want to welcome him to the platform.
yo, what's good, Dad, man? It's good to see you, bro.
Hey, man, listen,
Already.
I need to tell the people, myself and Gerald has been knowing each other. I ain't going to give our ages. Let's just say more than 15 years, even though it's been way more than that.
Absolutely.
Musician,
Yeah.
singer, all around guy, servant of the Lord. Brother got a heart like David. Love Jesus. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all may not know this. Okay, for anybody who's new to Gerald, if skating was a ministry, okay, let me repeat that. If roller skating was a ministry, Gerald Miller will be the chief apostle.
You're
Okay.
probably right. You got it right. You got it right.
All I'm saying is for all the Union County, Essex County heads, surrounding counties out there in Jersey, you got cats in New York. Y'all already know Skate 22.
Yeah.
Okay? That's all I need to say. All right.
Well, we go further back to that, man. We started at Twin City, man, down on Freeland Heights and Ave, man.
Listen,
Yeah, it's
tell
been,
them, man. Tell them.
it got to be every bit of I want to say close to 30 something years of me skating, and it has become something that I really, really enjoy. I even said to my bishop one time, a long time ago, I said, I'm going to stop. You know, he said to me, he said, why? Why would you stop doing something you really enjoy doing? You're not tainting the church's name. You're not tainting my name. He said, that's like me stopping preaching. I would never stop preaching, so I would never tell you to stop skating. And but yeah, man, skating is something I really, really thoroughly enjoy doing, and I have fun doing it, man.
Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, he skates better than how most people breathe. I'm trying to
Damn, stop, man.
listen. What he do on them wheels?
Yo, go ahead, man. Don't
like
do that.
He'd be the chief apostle. But listen, this whole session, no quote unquote preaching. We'll talk on the gospel world, spirituality, but it's just some natural things that people have said. Hey, this is going on, that's going on. What's your take? What's your opinion? And for me, it's a thing where, and if people ask the opinion, I like to give the opinion openly and get some more feedback and get some more dialect. The first thing I want to talk about, this has been a burning topic over the past 24 hours, is the whole, all right, catch this, John P. Key versus Hezekiah Walker thing that is going to be taking place tomorrow, Sunday, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm going to give my opinion. I want Gerald to give his. If you're on Facebook Live, if you're on YouTube, sending your questions or whatever case be, so we can answer them, sending your concerns. The one thing I want to say first is I understand a lot of stuff is done for marketing ploys. I understand a lot of stuff is done in the spirit of fun. Okay.
Right.
But in nothing that we do wherein we bear the name of Jesus Christ as ambassadors or representatives should our good be evil spoken of.
True. Absolutely.
I think it is a very big misconception to come across as we as brothers or sisters in the body of Christ beef, go head to head, or have some type of competition with each other. Why? Because you're going to have people that are not mature,
right,
And
Absolutely.
they're always going to think more into it than what it is.
Right.
Because both pastors, okay, they're not just music artists, they are pastors.
Absolutely.
With very strong, thriving ministries, they have people who love them greatly. Okay.
Right.
Don't go to Charlotte, North Carolina and think that you are going to mock or tease anybody in that Key family and almost not be ran up on. The same thing in Brooklyn.
Right. Absolutely.
Even though the boroughs have their own things to them, especially in Brooklyn, New York, do not think that you are going to go. And if you are not giving kudos or any type of props to Love Fellowship, you better keep your mouth buttoned, because whether you in the subway, you could be Times Square shopping with the family, it's going down. Okay.
Yeah.
And the second thing I want to say, and then I'll turn it over to Gerald and some of the other questions or concerns, is there's a vast difference in the gospel and Christian realm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you would ever see Chris Tomlin versus Michael W. Smith.
Right.
I don't believe that you would ever see that.
No,
I don't believe you would ever see Sandy Patty versus Martha Menizzi.
Right.
I don't believe that. But you already have people talking, Yolanda versus Kim Burrell. Nikki Ross versus Karen Clark Sheard. And those are my just two takes on it. Okay. I have a whole lot more to say, but it's for y'all. So my man Gerald, give me something, man. Give the people your opinion.
I'm so over it. Okay, when they did the Teddy Riley and the Babyface, that was dope. It was real nice. It was a lot of songs that I didn't know Babyface did.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to the gospel side of it. When? Here we go. Let me ask this.
Mm-hmm.
When and where and how did battling come in the Christian world? Where did we start battling anything?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's music, singing, it don't matter. But where do we come off? Where we start battling? Where did that word come from? Who's battling anything now? I'm sorry. If I was to choose either one, I know both. Literally, I know both of these individuals, okay. John as well as Hez. Okay. I know these guys personally.
Yeah.
Now, if I was to choose, because John has been in the music game for 40 plus years.
Absolutely.
Hez just recently had a 25th anniversary last year. And it's no comparison. Now, if he would have said, let's do this. And I wouldn't even call it a battle. How about we throw it up like as a we throwing some old school songs out. We just, we're not even battling, but we letting y'all know what we got as on our repertoire, what we can do and how we can do it. How about do a Ricky Dillard and Hez? Or how about we do a John P. Key and a Marvin Winans? You can go, because Marvin has been in the game 30, 40 plus years.
Yeah.
John been in the game 40 plus. So you and it's not weird. It won't even be a battle, but it will be more so like we throwing out our songs. We letting y'all know what we have done. Because John has not only wrote for his choir.
Yes.
Hez is not a writer. Hello, everybody. Hez is not a writer. It's not weird. It won't even be a battle. But my thing is, how about we just make it, we just playing our music, what we love. If we're gospel heads, let's just listen to our music and we go from there. Why is it that's my thing. Why does the word battle have to be entertained? Or why we have to entertain that one word, battle? Because we're not R&B artists.
And you know what?
I wouldn't even go that route.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this to address what you said. There's a clip on YouTube where Donnie McClurkin was ministering, I believe, somewhere in South Africa, and somehow Marvin Sapp was down there. I think he was singing somewhere, or whatever. And Marvin, before he went to the airport, the people brought him to the church where Donnie was, just to say, "Hey, what's up?" Whatever the case may be.
Right.
And what they did was, and I found it to be more of a camaraderie and showing a respect for each other. Donnie was singing Marvin's songs, and Marvin Sapp was singing Donnie's songs. So Donnie would sing a little bit of "He Saw the Best in Me," okay, and then Marvin Sapp would sing a little bit of "Stand,"
okay,
and they were singing each other's songs. Wherein the main bulk of what was going on was they weren't trying to outdo each other, but the people in the audience and in that congregation,
that's togetherness.
Both of those brothers.
Right, you brought that was like literally togetherness that just came about. You can't battle. I don't see how gospel have become that's like, again, okay, you said it earlier. Kim Burrell and Rhonda Adams.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go no further. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Now we talking about. We know a lot of gospel singers.
Absolutely.
We know a lot of R&B singers, because a lot of them, let's think about it, came from out of the gospel church.
True.
Just like a lot of musicians, that playing R&B right now, have come from where?
The church. Absolutely.
So we have a label on us. We stipulate, we got all this stuff on us, and it's sometimes it makes us look bad. But the same token, we have a lot going for us, because it brings togetherness, a lot of stuff that we can show for.
Yes.
Stuff that we have done.
Yeah.
Places we have gone.
Yeah.
I mean, but when they said battle.
Yeah.
And John, I literally saw a clip last night, that John said, he literally was like, battle?
Yeah.
And he said it, I don't battle.
Yeah.
But then he went here, but if you want to, we can.
Yeah.
And he said, I've been in the game for 40 years.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who's been a choir director. You're not even a producer. Has not even really producing anybody. So I'm not putting him down. I'm not, belittling his name or anything. But he's a great individual. He's a preacher. He's a pastor. He's a bishop. I would never do any of that. But when you talk about the music game, you putting people out there that suppose have been doing whatever for so many years, that hasn't done whatever for so many years, but yet you're gonna literally market them and make something out of it. It's just not. It's not bringing a togetherness in the Christian world. That's my belief.
Yeah,
I think not to say that it with this right here on tomorrow night is going to tear anything down. I don't think that's what it's going to do. Yeah. It's going to make us listen to the music.
Absolutely.
But to those two individuals, I don't really believe should have been called out, because John said has called him out. Why, dude, like crazy? Like, why would you? And a person that has been doing whatever he's been, like John, write 110% of his songs.
Yeah, and again, I like the fact that if nothing else, it's going to cause people to be aware of songs that they forgot.
Right.
Back in the days,
you're right about that.
Like the "Wash Me" album, with "Jesus Is Real" and all that stuff.
Right.
When Lowell and John were both very, very smaller. Back when he had
Right.
Isaac Curry,
Right.
he had the high top fades.
Yeah.
The album where they was rocking the navy blue with the tan. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Yeah. So it's like, wow, you know what? Okay, it's going to cause people to think back at, wow,
Right.
I forgot about this song, or I forgot about that. And it's like, I just don't like in the way that it was presented. You know what I'm saying?
My point.
We as the kingdom, we as the church should never present ourselves in the same exact way as what the world does. You know what I'm saying? Now we can say we having throwback, a choir throwback, and you
That's it. Why not do that?
Choir legends,
Right.
just like if we said we're going to reminisce on some of the choir masters.
Right.
Thomas Whitfield, you got Ricky Dillard, you got Orlando Draper, you can start going down to, Richard Smallwood, you can put on a list like that, but you wouldn't go ahead and almost pit them in a sense against each other where it seems like they're battling. Now, we got DW, Derek Wallace, good brother from New Jersey or whatever. Now, what he said, they're both legends in their own right. He says it isn't a competition. They're about to help somebody during this time. And I agree. They're going to help somebody.
Right.
My main thing is the perception. What I'm saying? We have to make sure how we walk, how we talk, and how we present ourselves can never be misconstrued as something different. I just wanted to say that. Another hot topic. Kanye West making the Forbes Billionaires list. Now, when I saw this, I'm gonna tell you immediately what I thought. For all of the years that you have production hits, with Jay-Z, a lot of other cats, whatever case would be, even in your own, stance, you made wealth, you made riches. Okay.
Absolutely.
But to me, it just seems, where you profess Christ publicly, you hold up a standard wherein it's all about Jesus Christ in your life.
Right.
People that were around you, family members, friends, industry, whatever, all seen the transformation. You put out a gospel album, which was, for him to put that out, I think it shocked a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
With a lot that he was doing. And it just seems funny that after you do that, all of that to the best of your knowledge in the name of Christ, now you make the billionaires list. Now, could it be where this could possibly be where his faith is being strengthened in a sense wherein when you stand for me, then I'll stand for you, in a sense wherein I don't believe he put out the gospel album for riches' sake. I believe that's what his heart was saying. I'm not, like you said, with skating. I'm not giving up who I am. I'm a producer. I love music. Now I'm changing who I'm doing music for.
Right.
So because he changed who he's doing music for, staying true to him, I'm Kanye, a music producer, and these are songs that touched me. Right. In a sense, God, Jesus Christ, allowing his faith to be strengthened wherein I somewhat can go on ahead and bless your efforts, again, to the best of your ability. Not being that church kid, not raised up in the house where you hear the speaking of the tongues and all that, or whatever the case would be, but in a sense where in publicly, it took a lot for someone that was at his platform to say, I'm going hard for Jesus Christ.
Dev, when you got saved, somebody almost in a sense brought you to the altar, tarried with you. You had to confess it with your mouth.
Yes.
Not your aunt, not your uncle, your brother, your sister, your mom and dad. Yes. The Bible says you have to confess with your mouth.
Yes.
And believe in your heart. So, okay, and I'm not trying to preach. I'm not a preacher.
No,
when you doing somebody else's music, you're not writing none of these songs. You're doing somebody else's music,
Okay.
and you flipping them, making it. You're giving it you throwing your own little hook to it. You're throwing your own little vibe to it.
Yeah.
I get it. And you did well in doing it. And he did some nice hits. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
It's some nice stuff.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, okay, now you made a lot of money off of maybe 3-4 hits.
Yes.
Not even a whole complete project. So we music lovers, we go out and download all of this stuff on our phones, on our we do all of this because of the fact that if I was a DJ, dude, I want to go back into that. I want you to know that. If I was a DJ, like I would really have, and I want to do it on the gospel side. If I was a DJ, there would be a lot of stuff that we don't hear.
Yeah,
because it goes right by us because we so into the normal Ricky Dilla stuff, You for Praise stuff, James Hall stuff. We're so used to hearing those particular songs on a consistent basis in church, but when we want to hear something that got a nice groove to it, a nice beat or whatever, we miss it, or we miss stuff.
Yeah,
but in the same token, he did what he did. I can't really put my finger on what he did and why he did it. But he ain't in nobody's church. He running trying to do his own thing, got people following behind him. Now you're trying to be a little small undercover pastor, leader. What do you want to call it? How you want to call it? Where are you? Now you elder Kanye West. Now you Bishop Kanye West. Like, come on, like there's a whole lot of stuff you can add to that, or put that in, or throw that out there. But where are we going with it? Yeah, and you haven't heard anything else since last summer. What he was doing. Yeah. Now when he gonna come out with a new project or some new stuff every summer? And he hit a lot of people in the head with the stuff that he did. I literally have no gripe behind it. Okay, we can do the same thing with Snoop. Snoop Dogg. When he did. Yeah. When Snoop did his project, everybody was stomping his back end. But you know what? The same people that was stomping his back end brought that project. Oh, absolutely. Downloaded that project. The first day. Yeah, my point. So why these people can be convicted of the songs that they hear on a consistent basis. He did a whole lot of looping, bro. Because all he was doing was pressing the keyboard and he was looping the song. That's all he was doing. Yeah. But he can be saved behind it. We don't know. Snoop can be saved. He grew up with a saved grandmother. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, like, if we understand who and how and the way God can do things for people, because if he can save me and you, like, come on, let's be real here. Listen, and I'm not saying this to be fictitious or anything like that, but everybody has their pig pen, right? Absolutely, that they were in that Christ got them out of. Okay, right. I've never heard or known anyone to say I was squeaky clean, no dirt attached to me. You know what I'm saying? No mud, no blemish. Right. And, I just decided to kick it with Christ. Nah, most people I know, they were living a life, even though they thought they were enjoying themselves, having fun, they were really on the road to destruction. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And it was a thing wherein he rescued, he saved us. Right. You know what I'm saying? You said the word. That's the right word. Exactly. He rescued us. And one of the things that I will say is, and you made this point, with Kanye, I believe that he needs a strong pastor. And I only pray that it is not one of those who's a wolf in sheep's clothing, wherein it's only about his gift, right? Him, right?
Okay.
Right.
I just
Right.
pray that that leader, whoever that leader, I mean, God sent, God anointed, okay,
Mm-hmm.
is concerned about Kanye West, the man, as an
Right.
individual, Kanye West, the husband, Kanye,
Right.
the father, and it's not about his gift. It's not about industry connections
Right.
or him being a celebrity.
Right.
Because as you know, just like I know, and we've seen it too many times in the tri-state area and all over, where pastors have started to see the asset of the person,
Right. Right.
not cared about the person.
Right.
I will use you until the voice, the musicianship, the whole, everything about you is
Mm-hmm.
gone, or I see the next one, and then you're off to the side at the bus stop, and now I'm treating you like the invisible man.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's my prayer for him, his family. Again, I hope he continues, and this
Yeah.
draws him to actually write instead of, like you said, loop, instead of sampling. No, take that gift that God gave and allow the Holy Spirit and the anointing to now resurrect something out of you that is
Right.
pure,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So that's it, for Kanye or whatever. Next thing I want to talk about, since we're on a church tip, I want to talk about paid church musicians.
Whoa.
Paid church musicians who I've had conversations, folks have hit me up since this whole pandemic. Churches have shut down. A lot of ministries are doing online stuff or whatever. And so many musicians, singers, choir directors, worship leaders, worship pastors, different titles. But
Mm-hmm.
the reality was they were getting a salary from the church.
Right.
Since the church has stopped in support and somewhat the concern about those same minstrels, those same psalmists, those same, staff members
Yeah.
now ceased. And I've been one. I know what that's like when one week, and I say this not to compare the person, but just
Mm-hmm.
the fact, I know what it's like where in one week you feel a hosanna, wherein
Right.
everybody is loving you. Folks are saying how wonderful, the worship was. Oh my God, you set the atmosphere. That song really ministered to me. And it seems as if the next week, you've been replaced.
Right. Right.
You've been fired, you've been overlooked, you've been somewhat stripped because of sometimes ego, conflicts with, the senior pastors, some of the leadership, uh, or it's just the thing we're in, you know, they put it in the spiritual sense, but it's really naturally where they'll tell you your season is up. And a lot of times it's you didn't really jump the way I wanted you to jump from a
Right.
control point of view.
Right.
What's your thoughts?
Well, um, being still a musician that's getting paid,
Yes.
I'm one.
Mm.
Uh, you know, I've never been one that will literally pimp the church
Mm-hmm.
to literally have them just be my source of income.
Yes.
Now there are a lot of musicians that's like that, and I don't. I'm not angry, mad, or whatever. If
Mm-hmm.
that's what you do, how you do it, a way of doing it, feel free.
Yeah.
But me with a regular job,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, what I have to offer to the church is, me being a drummer. I'm a drummer,
Yes.
at my church, uh, uh, and I sing.
Yes.
So I do both.
Yes.
Uh, but it's it's a battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fight.
Mm-hmm.
To try to tell other people that you know you need a regular job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be pimping the church and then try to have them uh, be your main source of income.
Yeah.
I me and Jeff, the late Jeff David,
Yeah.
great friend of mine.
Yes.
Uh,
Great.
yeah, we practiced together. Me, him, Joe Haywood. I used to practice with this guy back in the day.
Yeah.
And he used to always tell me, he said, Joe, don't be like me.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't be like me. Don't, just don't play at church.
Yeah.
Have a job, have somewhere you can live, you can really eat. And
Yes.
he used to always say this to me. He said, the Bible don't speaks for us to just play our instruments.
Mm-hmm.
He said, the Bible said, if you don't work, you
Yes.
don't eat.
Yes.
He said, it never said that working, the main job was the church.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him, we be practicing. And before you know it, we sitting around talking.
Yeah.
And he used to always beat that to me. And not that I didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I didn't have that in my head already. Like, I'm not gonna be pimping the church. Just
Yeah.
like I still don't understand how these young musicians are calling a church, what they do at church, a gig.
Yes. Yes.
It's not a gig. You're ministering.
Absolutely.
There's two totally different entities right there.
Absolutely.
You are not gigging.
Yes.
You're not on stage with Mary J. Blige or Kanye West. No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're ministering. You're playing keys like you,
Yes.
playing drums myself. You're ministering. I
Yes.
can't. I'm not. I would never call a church my gig.
Yes.
So, but I when it comes down to getting paid, I know musicians that were literally having attitude,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure a lot of them right now
Yes.
are losing their minds because they're not getting that check,
Absolutely.
and it hurts.
Absolutely.
I mean, I understand that some do just play, I understand, I get it,
Mm-hmm.
but I can never really. To me, it's like you're almost, in a sense, you're pimping the church. That's
Okay.
my thought.
Okay.
I mean, I can be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I can be wrong, but I myself, and then also, you're not a member of the church that you pimping.
Mm-hmm.
That's another hurting issue. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's another topic right there.
Mm-hmm.
You had a church that you're playing at or playing for,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting $2, $3, $5, $8, $1,000 a week,
Yes.
and you're not a member.
Yes.
It's a problem.
And let me say this, because I've been in both sets of shoes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've been at the set of shoes wherein you grew up in your home church and you never expected to get an offering because you knew you were never going to get one.
Right.
You were lucky if the kitchen staff saved you a plate of food, in between the first service and the second service, and going back in the day, revival started really Sunday night.
Right. Right.
On until Friday night. You were expected to be there because you were serving. Okay.
Right.
And again, I agree with you. I get vexed when younger musicians, they say, oh, I got 3 gigs on a Sunday. All right. You're not, like you said, you're not on stage with Maxwell.
Right.
All right. You didn't get a call up from Babyface, from Teddy Riley, from SWV saying, hey, look, can you fill it for us? This is the list. Boom. That's a gig. Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes down
absolutely.
to the house of God, when it comes down to the temple,
right.
Okay.
My point.
Mindset should be ministering, serving.
Right.
That's what you do. Okay.
You do. That's it.
And one of the reasons why I think so many churches, pastors, or people come in contact with musicians with that mindset is because the standard
is so low,
lowered, because
so low.
The R&B musicians, because of the sound they're going to create, but I don't care that they're not a member, which means they're not fully vested here.
Right.
Okay? I don't care about the lifestyle. As long as they're here, and I can say, wasn't the band hot? So a lot of that too falls on the responsibility of the shepherd. Don't sacrifice the anointing. Don't sacrifice the spirit in which we should be serving out of.
Right.
If somebody offered you a filet mignon but they put it on a garbage can lid.
I'm not eating it.
You're not eating it, not because the meat is wrong, but because of how they served it.
Served it, right?
Okay?
Absolutely.
If the spirit of the musician is wrong or off, but they're trying to quote unquote serve the people of the temple,
right,
and create an atmosphere, because as minstrels, we're supposed to create an atmosphere that's conducive for the Spirit of the Lord, for the Holy Spirit
to dwell
amongst
us. Right. Absolutely.
How can we do that if us as the vessels are not presentable?
Right. Present your body as a living what?
Sacrifice. Holy and acceptable.
And acceptable. Okay. When you go that route, we can go with even how the musicians are how they come to the temple, how they're dressing.
Brother.
They come in shorts, they come in jeans, they come in, Now, I grew up in Bethesda Church of God in Christ.
Yes, sir.
The late Bishop James H. Scrivens.
Listen.
It will be on a Friday night, bruh. A Friday night.
You better come correct.
I better have a button-up shirt on and a tie on a Friday night.
Better.
So yeah, I best to.
Yeah.
If I didn't, I wasn't playing my instrument.
In the summertime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there were days and nights, man, that I still sometimes, I still to this day, I come dressed, and it's just my upbringing.
Yes.
That's my upbringing. I'm not, people say, oh, why you overdressed? That's just how I am.
Yes.
Accept me. Don't tear down because I got a 3-piece, a 12-piece, or 15-piece suit on. Don't beat me up.
No.
Don't beat me up. That's just my upbringing.
Yes.
I could not play my instrument.
Mm-hmm.
I could not serve if I did not have, and if I didn't have a tie on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my upbringing.
Because you were told you were out of order. And I know the standard that Bishop Scrivens had, because my grandfather's church, Bishop Campbell,
Life
Tabernacle Church, right there, 708 Bergen Street. Right.
Absolutely.
There, okay. It was the same way. You first must be presentable.
Right.
Before you try to serve. You will not go to any restaurant and see a waiter or a waitress and they talking about, well, I work here, but they're in a wife beater. Okay. And some shorts with some flip-flops.
Right.
The first thing they're gonna say is you're not even in the right uniform.
Absolutely.
You're not even. Now we got a comment. From Brother Harry W. Kanye. He said nothing wrong with using the word gig if you're getting paid for a service. Now, I disagree when it comes to using that word referring to the house of God.
Absolutely.
Because another word, Brother Harry, that could be used for that is hireling.
That's in the book. That's in the Bible.
That's Bible. But if you call most musicians in the church, even if they don't profess to be saved, they know what hireling means, and that's offensive to them because it makes them seem as if they're only about the money. Now, using the word gig, that's fine if it's non-church related. That's just my opinion.
My too.
That's just my opinion.
Mine too.
If I am working at a church, then I am serving and I am ministering. I cannot treat that as a gig wherein if Joe Thomas is doing something at Kayne College, or Montclair State, and
he called me up for me to sing and for you to play keys. Guess what? I'm singing in that gig.
Yes, we're not ministering.
We're not ministering. No.
When he does all that I am, okay, I want to know what turns you on and all his hits. We are not ministering.
We're not. I'm not. If I'm ministering, something's wrong.
Yes,
something's wrong.
Because the faults of those songs is not going to invoke worship.
Christ.
Okay, it's going to invoke other types of emotions.
Right.
That's going to have ladies saying, "Hey, what's what's up?"
Harry know better. Harry know that he know what's a gig and what's not a gig. He know when you're serving
Exactly.
And when you're ministering, Harry Harry been brought up in church all his life. So Harry, stop it.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Come to your studio and I'll never mind. I'll stop.
Yeah.
But anyway, Harry, stop.
Yeah. And that's just the whole thing. It's I believe that there should be a difference. There should be a standard.
Okay? Yeah, and that's in knowing what's going on, because the Bible also speaks of knowledge.
Yes.
Now, I'm sorry, I can't talk and say whatever if I didn't know drums.
Yes.
If I'm a drummer and I'm sitting behind the keyboard.
Yes.
Everybody know me as a drummer, but I'm sitting behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, when did you start playing keys?
Exactly. They're gonna say, Gerald, what's up?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I strike a note and it's horrible.
Yeah. They're gonna tell you to get up and
they'll be ready to beat me down, throw shoes, Madam West Clark at me, throw the shoes at me. No, I'm not Twinkie, but I'm not a Carlton Pope. I'm not a dad, but what I'm saying is, when it comes down to knowing your craft, knowing what's going on, knowing what you do behind what you do, and even knowing what it is that you're doing, and because you cannot call a church musician or a church function that I'm going to play at a gig. Yes. I'm sorry. That's and Harry or whomever is watching. Yes. That's just my belief. Exactly. Now, you and whomever can believe whatever they desire. Mm-hmm. That's just me. Mm-hmm. That's my upbringing and knowing what a gig is. Yes. Me and whether I'm serving and ministering. Yes. I'm not gigging at church. That's just Gerald. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Whoever else can say whatever. I'm not gigging at nobody's church. Yes. I'm ministering.
And let me say this. Gerald made a reference to the upbringing that Bishop Scrivens, as well as so many of those pioneers back in the day, they held us musicians accountable. And when I tell you, and I'm not telling you nothing I've heard, I'm telling you what I've seen. The upbringing is so pure. Yeah. And Gerald has taken it so much to heart. I've seen where we've been at churches, Gerald has walked in and they've mistaken him for the preacher of the hour. Because when I say he walks in and listen, he don't listen. First of all, okay. I love Jesus and all that, but I got to be me. I got to be real. I'm light skinned, okay, and I'm a lot bigger now than what I was before. So light skinned people, we throw on clothes different. Okay, we throw on clothes different. I can throw on a blazer, and I'll be clean. I'll look all right. Okay,
something wrong with you, man.
I'll throw on some shoes, and they'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he's dressed. I stopped going places like church with Gerald because Gerald will come in and Gerald gets to respond, he's dressed up. Okay? Gerald will have shoes and you be like, bruh, hold on.
Stop, man. Don't do that, bro.
Wait. I got the confirmation and I'll put it on the screen. Harry said, Gerald dressed better than most preachers. You better testify.
Yo, Harry, stop, man.
Harry.
Y'all need to stop, man.
Harry, Gerald will come in churches and they'll think he is the visiting bishop. Try to walk him to the back to the pulpit, ask him what juice do you want. They be having towels for Gerald. You know what I mean? Do you want to wait for your congregation? And he's sitting there like, oh, him? Gerald be dressed up. I don't know if that's the dark skin thing. I don't know.
You know what? I
don't know if that's Essex County. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I'm from Union County. I don't know if that's Essex County or not. You know what I'm saying? But I've had preachers, okay, acknowledge during the service, Brother Gerald, God bless you, sir. That's because that shirt, look at him. Look, thank you, Harry. Look what Harry said. That's the truth. The ushers bring him juice. Listen, I'm light skinned, okay? And I think the last time I was under 250 pounds, I was like in this 5th grade.
Oh,
Right?
oh man.
I have to be red and pass out almost to get water on the organ. When I say sweating, I mean sweating through my clothes. Gerald just sits there and we just say, would you like some juice? What kind of orange apple juice? And we talking back in the day when they had the Arizonas.
Yeah.
They be bringing Gerald Arizona. So I'll be like,
oh my God. Yo, stop, man.
A whole different
Stop, man.
All I'm saying is you can eat it a different way when
Please
you
stop.
Gerald. Listen.
You know what? It was my upbringing, and I gotta say it. You know, my mom and dad, they dressed my brother and myself. You know, we really did. We were in suits every Sunday, and we were in a different suit every week.
Yeah.
I remember my dad telling me before he passed that him and my mom would go to thrift stores to get their clothes. And go to regular stores to get me and my brother Vincent our clothes. And I used to always like wonder why, like, you know, because they will always tell us we want y'all to look just like or better than we did.
Yeah.
So I grew up not with the persona of thinking that I'm better than anybody.
Absolutely.
Not to think that I dress better, and that was never my case.
Absolutely.
It's because when I walk out my door, my dad he would always emphasize to me, always look like you're $1 million, even if you ain't got a dime in your pocket.
Yes.
So I kept that in my head. So I would always, I don't care my suits, I don't care how old they are. I want to look a certain way. And that's just me.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with nobody else.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with literally with nobody. That's just me. My motto is dare to be different. Yes. I don't want to look like nobody. I don't want to sound like nobody. I don't want that. That's just me. Yeah. And anybody that know when I leave to come wherever or going to somebody's church or going wherever, if I'm going out to eat, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm dressed going out to eat up.
Yes.
And even if I'm just, got a pair of jeans and a pair of shoes and a button-up shirt, I'm gonna look different than the norm. Yeah. So that's just my upbringing. And me being at Wells Cathedral.
Yes.
I was at Wells Cathedral for 18, 19 years, man. And them people over there.
Bishop Crone.
No, Bishop Owens.
That's right, Owens.
Bishop Owens.
Before you left.
Right. We there were days and nights, man, that you had to come. Yeah. You had to come correct.
Yeah. Because Bishop Owens was the jurisdictional bishop.
Yes, he was.
In Martin State District.
Yes.
And then he left. But I remember, as a young boy, and like I said, Bishop Crone, Bishop Owens, Bishop Scrivens, back in the day with Prophet and Scrivens. I mean, you had these men that were not just standards when it came to preaching.
Right.
But when it came to the standard as far as how a man should look, how a man should act, how a man should present themselves or whatever, they gave a lot of young brothers like myself, like you, I mean, so many, okay, Essex County, Union County, Monmouth County, all through the tri-state area, some type of hope.
Yeah.
Because back then, there was very far and few between, Black households that had daddies in them.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And even some of the friends I had, the daddy might have been in the household, but daddy wasn't saved.
Right.
So as far as the example of what should I look like? How should I carry myself as a man? You seen these great men.
Yeah.
You dare not, even if you weren't a member of the church, were not saved, you dare not walk past the church and they see you and you got your pants sagging.
Absolutely.
Because they addressed it right then and there.
Absolutely.
Just different things that now seems to run rampant. These men addressed it, and they addressed it to the point wherein they wanted the next generations to
Right.
still carry out that standard as far as what you should look like. And
Exactly.
you know, the advice your dad gave you, that's something that, you know, you should tell young brothers as well as young sisters. When you go
Yeah.
somewhere, make sure you look the part. And
Right.
looking the part won't
I
mean
tell my son and daughter both.
and you don't have to have a nasty attitude, but look good. Look like you're
Right.
going somewhere of importance. Look like, you know, you're worth somebody hearing what you have to say and not overlook you because your appearance doesn't match, or your appearance will not even get you in their circle
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
heard.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It was an upbringing, man. So, you know, even when, you know, I still got musicians laughing at me because, you know, I come from behind the drums and I got a suit on.
Yes.
And
and speaking of your suit, I'm gonna just put one more comment that Harry made. I'm gonna just put it up and then testify, Harry. Testify. Gerald's really a bishop in disguise. His feet are tailor-made. Go ahead and testify, Harry. See, wait, and let me say this. I think that
funny.
I think that whole thing with dressing, the reason why that thing is so heavy on Gerald is because, and I have to mention this particular brother, Bethlehem, Judah. Okay, Church of God in Christ has one of the utmost phenomenal. I mean, there's not enough words that can properly describe Bishop Anthony Gilliard.
Absolutely.
When I tell you the man preaches like a madman. Okay. When I first heard him, I mean, he's from Florida. I said, did they put something in the orange juice? I don't know. When he came from Florida, I said, wherever they turned him loose at, I mean, he came to the New Garden State District, and I mean, when I say wrecked it, and from the beginning, he always had a sense of class.
Yeah.
Okay. It's always been a thing of, you know, the presence of how a man should be.
Should look and look.
And let me say this, and Bishop Gilliard, please, Gerald, tell him at some point I am going to reach out to him and beg him if I need to come on a platform, because it's just some Bible stuff that I really want him to break down and teach us, or whatever the case would be. But when I tell you, I've never seen a time where he has overlooked, he has shunned anybody, or treated anybody as in they were insignificant. I mean, we'll shake your hand, we'll speak to you, and it's not a thing of I'm only doing it because no, you know, I see you. How you doing, brother? Hey, how you doing? This and that. I mean, we'll speak to you, you know. And a lot of times we've seen, and I'm not, you know, throwing no shade on nobody, but we've seen as people have elevated in title and in position, they decrease in humility and heart. And I say, you know, kudos to Bishop Gilliard, the wonderful work you're doing there. I had to shout you out, sir, and respect you. The great utmost respect for you. And he's still in my top 5 preachers of all time.
Right. Well, we have we have this at our church, that we have a standard at the church. One of the standards is a standard of humility, a standard of dignity, love.
Jabari Hill said, "Yes, sir." See, testifying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
look at Harry, one of the kindest preachers you ever meet. I mean,
he's not the type of person that will literally look at anybody and downgrade you.
No.
He always, I'm not gonna say he put anybody up on a pedestal, but he respects any and everybody. I don't care how old you are, I don't care how young you are.
Absolutely.
He respects everyone.
Absolutely.
I've been knowing him, and I hate to even say it like this. I think I was one of the first individuals he's ever met. Not in Jersey, but he was a member of Wells Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him coming up to me one Sunday afternoon after service. He came up to me. He asked me, he said, I never see you sweat. This is when I had hair.
Mm-hmm.
He said, yo, I never see you sweat. I said, I do. And I said to him, I like that suit.
Yes.
I said, I need that suit one day.
Yeah.
He had on this brown and off-white checkered suit.
Mm-hmm.
The checks were the big blocks.
Yeah.
Suit was like a suit that you would never. It was like basically you had to get made.
Yeah.
But he's always been a great mentor of mine.
Yes.
He's the only individual I can know that can break anything down. A commercial on TV,
Mm-hmm.
he can preach about it.
Yeah.
Anything you're talking about, he can preach it. I love his. I love how he is, how he carries himself. He carries himself just like a man should.
Yes.
You know, he don't overdo and he don't underdo.
No.
He do it just right. You know he's the member, he's the pastor of the church, so he don't have to sit in the bishop's seat.
Yeah.
He can sit in the back and still be noticed.
Yes.
I have walked in with him,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had a suit on.
See, here we go. Go ahead.
And people will ask me, am I Anthony Gilliard?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, negative.
Yeah.
This is him right here.
Yes.
And they'll be like, oh, and he had on just a shirt and a pair of pants.
Yeah.
But it had, I used to be one of his adjutants, man. Yeah. So, we had to look the part on a regular all the time. So, but yeah, man, I'm grateful to God to be a member of Bethlehem, Judah, man. A place where, God dwells.
Yes.
It's crazy. I tell people, you come once, you come twice, just know you're not going back to your own church.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell people that are watching now, people that's going to watch this in the future, if you are anywhere in the tri-state area, and you just so happen to be there for the weekend, okay, listen, Galloping Hills,
83 Galloping Hill Road, 83 Galloping Hill Road in Elizabeth, New Jersey,
is the place where Galloping Hill Road in Elizabeth, New Jersey is the place where I guarantee you will have a transformation experience.
Absolutely.
Okay, 3 reasons why, and these aren't the only 3. These is just the 3 I'm gonna highlight. Number 1, the love that you'll feel when you walk in.
Right.
I already say you don't feel that from every church. Right. Number 2, he gives you the word wherein you're going to take it, and throughout the week you'll be able to eat off of it because he made it that plain and that clear to you. I've never heard where he's talked over somebody's head and you say, hold on, let me get a thesaurus. Okay. and not just that, but number 3, most people want to feel a sense of family.
Right.
Most people want to feel the sense of family when you go to a church. And when I tell you, the people there at Bethlehem, Judah, they love almost. It's the sad part is it's almost uncommon the way that they love. Because people will tell you, oh, this is a church of love. First of all, if you have to say it, it ain't happening. All right. Bethlehem, Judah, they live it. And it's all because of the example that Bishop Anthony Gilliard is setting. And they follow the example of that. He is not one of them preachers, okay, that's going to say, I'm dictating. No, you see him applying the word.
Right.
So
absolutely.
You apply the word and the same results happen. All right. Harry said, and I said, 3, but I'm going to throw this in. I'm going to let Harry testify this one. They have one of the best music ministries, not just choir.
Yeah.
One of the best music ministries. Yeah. I would even say in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
They have definitely found their signature, their fingerprint. You do not hear a sample of, City of Refuge. You don't hear, the Potter's House. You don't hear, Love Fellowship. And I'm not throwing shade to nobody, but
Mm-hmm.
those musicians, those singers, the folks there have labored before the Lord.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
has given them the anointing and the signature to actually create a sound from heaven.
Right.
That is distinct. I'm telling you, if you are anywhere in the tri-state area over the weekend, you go there, I promise you, your life will be transformed. It'll never be the same. So kudos.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. To God be the glory.
Hey man, listen.
I,
Now,
I
now,
it's crazy. I often say this. In some churches, you look for like certain things that you can literally go back and say whatever, say how, whatever, this, that, and the other. You can. I said that we have 4 elements in our church that's really, it has a high standard.
Yeah.
Our preaching definitely has a high standard.
Absolutely.
Anthony Gilliard.
Absolutely.
The man can literally, he can break the word down and make everybody understand it.
Yeah.
We have our music ministry.
Yes.
The choir, the musicians.
Yes.
Our worship and praise.
Yes.
If you don't, it's just something about worship.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That can literally take over the entire service.
Absolutely.
And then you said it, love.
Yeah.
When love is given,
and
not always just taken,
yeah.
From people, it brings some type of bond.
Absolutely.
A lot of times that we don't have.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not at home. Sometimes it's not. It's definitely really not at work. Yeah. But you can walk into your home church and feel love and feel like right now, because we have not been at 83 Galloping Hill Road in 2 months. Like it's beating us up. We just had our choir just had a Zoom last Thursday. What choir, like are Zooming, not literally just to see each other, but to literally pray.
Yes.
Come together and talk about, what's really going on. And not only just talking about what's going on, but a thing of, while I'm going through what I'm going through in this pandemic and this quarantine, there's a relationship I'm getting, not just with my family, but I'm getting a relationship with God. I'm doing something, and I'm not just sitting around, getting fat, as people say, or I'm just eating everything. And no. There's a relationship that I'm not. I'm really practicing this relationship. I'm praying more. I'm giving God what God does. I'm worshiping more. I'm sitting around the house and a song will just pop up. And we start doing. This is literally what's happening. So, this is what's going on. We literally had 3 individuals from the soprano section, alto section, the tenor section that literally was saying, "Yo, this relationship that I'm getting with God, not only with my family, but with God. I know when I come back to the house of God, because I mean the building of God, because we're that house. But when we come back to that building, man, it's just going to be it's just going to be an explosion. It's going to be pandemonium, man. So again, man, I appreciate you, shouting my bishop out, and I pray for him every day, man. We have 4 members that passed away in this pandemic, man, and one was a young man, a young musician. You know what I'm saying? Me and him used to play together. We played drums together. And for him to pass away and leaving behind a wife and a daughter, man, hurts dearly. You know what I'm saying? So, and then not only that, we had like maybe 20, 30 members that were literally stricken with this disease, man, with this COVID-19, 21, 23, whatever you want to call it, 35, 66, I don't know what you want to call it. But we had these people that was literally stricken with it, man, that I could say for myself, man, and I don't mean to take up a lot of time, but my mom, bro, my mom was almost out of here, bro. Man, I literally can say I know. I'm about to cry now. I can say I know God as a healer. God raised my mom up, bruh. My mom was sick for 3 weeks, not eating, not drinking, not doing nothing but sleeping. She went to the hospital twice. Both times, all they did was pump her with fluids. Sent on her merry way. But bruh, for Bishop Gilliard to go on live, preach a word, and then I see this, I literally visualize God strengthening my mom. And it just messed me up, man. It just did something to me, man, to see God do something out of somebody that was miles and miles away at home. And my mom, I showed my mom a video of the not the video, but the live that went on. And one video, the live that happened, and my mom went up in a praise, bruh.
Yeah.
And I saw literally like the strength of God, like strengthening her body. And then she not only go up in a praise, man, she went up in tongues too.
and you know what? And let me say this: this time, this pandemic that we're dealing with, that we're going through, in the lives of the believer, should, number one, recharge us. Follow who we really are in Him and in the kingdom. But not only that, it should give us more of a tenacity to actually bring down the kingdom of Satan. Because with how it has been trying to attack, how it's been trying to take out so many leaders, how it's been trying to go on ahead and to push further, racial orders as far as keeping folks segregated and shutting this down and shutting that down, or whatever the case may be. We know that it's not anything but another level of evil.
Right.
When you start to see sickness and destruction go through the land.
Right.
But we thank God that we are not confused about the God that we serve.
Right.
We thank God that we are not stuck in a sense wherein we're praying to a statue, or we're praying to the God of the sun. Well, what if the sun is not shining? God, no, we pray to the God who's the God of everything. Okay? He is the creator. He is the almighty. He is the most powerful.
Right.
Okay. And He is still showing us, I can pause the world. I can have the low man and I can have the high man even out on the same playing field, and prove to both I am provision. Not a career. Not a job.
Right.
Not even what you think your skill set is so great. No, I am the provision.
Right.
Okay? Because the same way He paused the world, He didn't just, before, and this was a conversation I was having with some different preachers and musicians. I said, but look at how, let's just say over the past 10 years, there's been forest fires here, there's been mudslides, there's been hurricanes, water, damages or whatever, but it's been selective places.
Right.
This time, God has paused the world.
Yeah.
China feels the effect of God pausing the world. Africa, Russia, there's no place, quote unquote, safe from the power of God. Now, listen, He's proving some things to people.
Yeah.
He is still in control, regardless of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay? No different than the story of Peter walking on water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Peter stepped out of the ship. Okay, Jesus, if that's you, bid me to come. He start walking. Okay, he's walking. He gets distracted because he's looking not at what called him, okay,
Right.
but at what's going on. He starts to sink. The minute he cries out to Jesus, he's saved.
Right.
Wow. So regardless of what's going on, regardless of what tried to take me out, okay,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what tried to come against me, listen, you're still there to save me.
Right.
You're still that present help in a time of trouble.
Right.
Trouble could be literally anything. There was folks when Hurricane Katrina happened that was sitting on top of roofs for days.
Right.
No
Right.
food, no water, or whatever. But
Right.
guess what? They were saved, they were rescued. And the thing is, God is still showing people he's alive on the throne and in control. I just want to say, I thank God for him to prove to you one more time
Mm-hmm.
that he don't just have you, but he has your family.
Yeah.
He has those around you.
Right.
And
Right.
he proved it through the vessel, Bishop Gilliard, where he can go on ahead and speak, not even
Mm-hmm.
have to show up. You know, folks
Right.
get
Right.
tripped on that. Well, I need the pastor to lay hands. Jesus didn't always lay hands.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The word is what works. The
Right.
anointing is what works.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But by God using him to be the vessel to go on ahead and speak those words connected with the soul that came from him. And then guess what? Strength, life, and restoration came into that vessel.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
word spoke towards.
Right.
So even
Right.
in the pandemic, listen, God is still in control.
You're absolutely right,
We
man.
can't look at the
You
wind.
said something out that's just like so profound, man. I never even looked at it in that sense, man. He put a pause on the world.
On the world.
That's like, okay, let's go biblical with it. We read in Psalms a lot where the word Selah
Mm-hmm.
is like literally wait, pause.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then you go back and read again. I mean, read the following scripture.
Yeah.
Bruh, God just did a Selah on us. And in a minute, we're going to be able to do whatever and go back out. But I guarantee you, in the church rim,
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to be doing a lot of the same old stuff that we used to do.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I know for myself, me, Gerald is not going to be doing it because I can't go back to living thinking that everything is going to be all right. Like the world continue to be whatever.
No.
And you know, what's going on is the end times. This is the end times that we're living in right now.
Yeah.
We need to start, like, and one of the guys said it in our Zoom, we need to start reading the book of Revelations, man.
Oh, absolutely.
We really do need to start reading up on it because it will literally tell us what's going on right now.
Well, you know what? Now you brought up, Bible, so I just want to refer to something. Children of Israel is in Egypt, enslaved. Moses goes, and the hand of God is on him, where Pharaoh releases them.
Right.
They're in the wilderness. Some of them, because they did not know where they were going, they didn't know all the details, and weren't in control, wanted to go back to Egypt because of what was comfortable, what was familiar.
Right.
Even if they would have tried to go back, it would have never been the same.
Right. Right.
Okay. We're in a type of Egypt situation.
Mm-hmm.
We have come out of life how we knew it to be.
Right.
We can never return to how life was the end of February, beginning of March.
Right.
We can't just pick up from there
and move and keep
August. Okay.
Right.
That can never happen. What we have to do is to ask God, ask the Holy Spirit to give us the vision for our new normal.
Right. Right. Right.
Because this new normal, this new way of living, it's something we've never lived before.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of adjustments, okay, that's going to have to take place in order for us to continue with life. Okay. But what we knew, how we knew, the way we used to be, or whatever, a lot of that is not going to be anymore.
Absolutely.
And the Holy Spirit, along with the wisdom of God, is what we need to pray for. So now we have revelation of this new normal. Okay,
Right.
this is the way we have to congregate now.
Mm-hmm.
We do. This is the way we have to handle this now. Okay, you know what? This is what we need to start doing. Some folks, they've never paid attention to their immune systems. And
Right. Right.
okay,
Right.
some folks never paid attention to, just the things that they were lacking in their lives. And I'll be honest and give my own testimony. This time right here has caused me to go back to the things that I was slipping on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, being more domesticated. You know what? I remember a time easily. And I mean, we're talking Applebee's, TGI Fridays, stuff like
Right.
easily, $60-$70.
Yeah.
Versus, okay, you know what? A portion of the money I would have spent for the week, take that, go to the grocery store, okay, and actually cooking meals wherein I'm not just eating that one, okay, I can eat now, lunchtime or whatever it can be. I can eat a little later on. Hey, I got leftovers for tomorrow. It's less money. It's healthier, okay, and me and my wife, we were joking around, and I said, you know what? I've been cooking more. I've been eating more than what I was, but I'm losing weight.
Okay.
I'm losing weight because the stuff I'm cooking is healthier.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, I'm not eating all the processed stuff.
Right.
A whole lot of that stuff, whatever it should be. No, literally, we want a salad. Okay, get, the ingredients for a salad, make a salad. Okay, and I got a wok. Man, listen.
You're going at it, huh?
Bro,
You're putting it to work.
Bro, I've been walking it out. Bro, listen, I went and I had my grilled chicken. I had my beef or whatever, season the meat, marinated, chop it up, throw it in that wok. Man, then I put the rice. Then I was like, okay, cool. Had the grilled chicken and the rice in the wok, because that wok that wok get heated fast.
Right.
Then turned around one day and said, hey, I want to try something. Man, I had my chicken, my seasoned grilled chicken, skinless. I had my rice, messed around and threw some spinach in there, boy. Bro, when I tell you,
it opened up a new world for you, huh?
Listen, but here's the thing. Meals that literally were less than 20 minutes, I could eat more than one time off of it.
Right. It's
healthier. I know it's clean because I'm cooking it. And even in my body, I'm seeing my waistline shrink. I'm seeing where I'm losing weight. I'm feeling a little bit better or whatever. And it's like, okay, you know what? Sometimes situation teach you.
Yeah.
You know what? If I cause you to pause or hit a Selah, now you have nothing but the time to do what you were saying you didn't have time to do.
Right.
We all are blessed. Every week that we're alive, we're blessed with 168 hours.
Absolutely.
Most people complain that the reason why they couldn't be domesticated, be better parents, be better spouses, clean their houses, work on this project, that was why, because I don't have time. With Paul, God has now given us back access to the time we said we didn't have. Now the excuse. Well, God, I ain't got time to study your word. I ain't got time to pray like I used to. I don't have to talk. What's your excuse now? Mm-hmm. Patterns are off. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and can't find yourself going to sleep. He woke you up for a reason.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we can't use the excuse. Remember, we're going to the new normal. We can't use the excuse, God, I don't have time. Mm-hmm. He showed us where our time is being wasted at. And that's what doing things that really aren't being that productive for our lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, look, I got one more thing I want to talk about, or whatever the case may be.
Cool.
listen. I got to talk about this.
No problem.
The NFL draft. I got to talk about it, brother. I got to talk about it because
Man, listen,
I got
it's crazy.
I got some folks who's non-believers, okay, that my team, even with the first pick that we picked in the first round, that we ain't gonna do nothing to make no noise.
Okay, who is your team?
Now I'm gonna tell you, I know I'm from Jersey. I love Jersey. That's home. But my team is the Cowboys.
Okay.
All right.
I understand.
So we got CeeDee Lamb, the wide receiver from Oklahoma.
Right.
That boy ain't nothing but smoke.
And you're right. You're absolutely right.
That boy, listen, that boy, he's gonna be a problem for a lot of those defensive backs. That boy ain't nothing but smoke.
I'm gonna go across the water.
Okay.
I've been a Giant fan for a long time.
All right.
And, we picked up that new boy. What's his name? Darnay Holmes, cornerback. The cornerback. He's not no joke. He got speed, and when he hits you, my.
And then y'all got Andrew Thomas, the offensive.
I was going to say him too. But my thing is, I really don't like watching the drafts.
Okay.
Because it gives you a open door where you can really see who's coming in to do whatever, and if they don't do what they're supposed to do, then your limits are, then you're limitless in a sense. You're not really like, what you was able to do last year.
Yes.
But if they don't do it, if they don't perform like they're supposed to perform on the field, then you're looking at everybody. Everybody's looking at him or looking at them like, okay, why did we waste all this money? Why did we do such and such and such? So I don't really like watching the draft. I'm gonna be honest with you. I watch it, but I don't watch it. Okay. I see it. I go on my phone and look at the NFL, see who's doing whatever, and see who we picked, and then you look them over and, okay, you get happy. But then in the same token, if some of the same stuff is being presented that was presented last year, what's the use?
Now, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's your thoughts about your man, the unofficial mayor of New England, going down to Tampa Bay? Will he get another ring in Tampa Bay before he retires?
No. And I'm not no prophet, but no.
Okay.
You're gonna have to. You got to work around him. You got to build around him. And I'm not saying that Tampa Bay don't have a good squad. Not to say they don't have a good defense, because they got a defensive squad. Not to say that their offensive line isn't where it's supposed to be. It's not where it's supposed to be. Okay. It's not. But you got to build around him. And are you going to really waste 3, 4, maybe 5 years to build around him so that you can get that ring, so that you can retire? Are you?
Or now this was my thought. He spent all those years in New England, okay, right, making records, winning championships.
Right.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. Why not stay where you were?
Yeah. Could it be wherein this was just a ploy to buy him time to next year go into a bidding war? Because now you have Gronkowski that has even talked about coming out of retirement to go down there with him. Why? So look at now the change up as far as that whole New England dynasty that now look like it's being curved. So was people really true to New England and Belichick, or was it all about Brady? Because for Gronkowski to come out of retirement but say he wanted to head to Tampa Bay, so that means he only want to play for Brady.
I was just going to say that.
ain't so much about Belichick. It ain't so much about Belichick.
No, but what? See,
He could have went back to New England.
Belichick is not he's not. He a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
Great coach.
Absolutely.
He's a great leader.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about where he's pushing and leading, okay, your main leader,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's gone now.
Yeah.
Brady was your main leader.
Yes.
He had offense and defense wrapped around his finger.
Absolutely.
He definitely had offense wrapped around his finger.
Absolutely.
Whatever Brady said do, they did it.
He was the boss.
He was right, absolutely. So I don't know. Like, again, him going to Tampa Bay, it's a head scratcher. Come on, like,
I didn't understand that. I said out of all the teams, you know what I mean? For a minute, they were talking about him in Dallas.
Right.
They were talking about him as far as the Raiders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
I heard about him. I heard about the Raiders, but I didn't hear about him coming over to you Cowboys.
Yeah. Jerry was talking about him a little bit, and then for a minute, it was talks of with the whole Eli retirement thing. What would he fit in New York? You know what I'm saying? Because again, and I don't mean to cut you off. Again, when it comes down to anybody, okay, a Brady. Mm-hmm. You gotta still have somebody around him,
yes, to protect him.
Absolutely.
He don't run.
No.
What? Listen, understand the game of football. It's not about just always throwing. Absolutely. You need somebody behind you, and you need a front line.
Yes.
If you don't have that front line to protect you, there's going to be an issue and problem.
It's going to be a hard year.
And it's going to be a breakable year because you're going to be broke up.
Yes.
You're going to be hurt. You're going to be in somebody's hospital. You ain't going to be playing.
No.
You need somebody behind you.
Absolutely.
That can run, that can see holes and fit through them.
Yes.
And break off.
Absolutely.
Again, you're going to have to build. Who's going to wait? He's not that young no more.
No.
He's not, he's getting older. What is this? His left knee that got the brace on it?
Yeah.
And bro, that's his backup knee for him to like take off and move. Like, yo, he's not there no more.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty boy. Yeah, he is, but still, he don't have it no more. They need to get ahead and build around one of these young quarterbacks that's coming out of college.
Yeah.
That's willing and ready.
Mm-hmm.
That got some ability to him. That got some stamina. That's ready and that don't mind running.
Yeah.
That don't mind throwing the ball. That don't mind doing what they have to do to be able to play the game, bruh. And they're taken away from back in the 70s. The 70s and 80s, man, where you can really hit a person. They're taking away a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, quarterbacks are being able to live a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're able to live in the pocket a little longer, man. So Brady don't have it.
Yeah.
He got the arm, he got the ability, but 2 or 3 more years down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And 2 or 3 more years without that New England offensive line.
Right.
That's
and there was some big dudes.
Gonna get hit. He's gonna get touched. That will show if that quote unquote golden arm, Superman is really what he's
still there. It's still there.
When you don't have, Gronkowski, if he doesn't go, when you don't have the receivers that you have, when you don't have the backs that you have, now it's going to really show the leadership capabilities or the skill that was fluffed up in New England because you a B-list quarterback.
Right.
Put him in that same dynamic in New England, and he's going to shine.
He's going to stand on the pedestal. He's going to be. He's going to shine.
New England literally had everything.
Yeah,
they had everything for years. How was it not where he was going to be in the top 3 every season?
Right.
How was it not going to be? They were not going to be Super Bowl contenders every year. You know what I mean?
I want to know, what are all of these quote unquote fans, Patriot fans? What are they? Where they want to go running to? Because their golden boy is running. He's leaving.
I haven't heard not one person that's a Patriots fan. I ain't seen no jerseys. You know,
I know a Patriots fan, a diehard Patriot. My boy, he's another Harry, but I want to know where Harry Revis is.
Oh, Harry Revis.
Yeah, he's a diehard. I mean, he would go to the Super Bowl. He would do all of the above.
Harry Revis and another boy of ours, musician Raymond Wyatt.
Right.
New England. Now, were you a New England fan?
Or were you a Brady fan? Now, okay. How about this? How about we go back to the 80s? How about we go back to the 80s where, because I'm going to say this. I was a Laker fan. I was an entire Laker fan.
Yes.
But I also was a Michael Jordan fan.
Yes.
I may not have been a Chicago fan of all of them, but I was a Michael Jordan fan. I'm still a fan of Michael Jordan. He ain't even playing.
Absolutely.
Now, where are all of these Patriot fans? Where are they going?
Listen.
Because your boy has bounced. And what y'all gonna do? Y'all golden boy with the fluffy golden arm. Where's he? What's going on? Y'all gonna run over to Tampa Bay now?
And I can attest. Like you said, you weren't a Chicago fan, you were a Michael Jordan fan. I'm gonna even bring it up more so, a little bit current. I've never been a Lakers fan, but when they got Kobe, listen, when I tell you,
talk it, say it.
Facts. Kobe Bryant, period. Okay. One of the few, to me, athletes, as far as basketball players, that do it on both ends exceptionally well.
Right.
Okay. Right. And with that whole breakup when Shaq left,
right,
and got traded, and the talk was, now can Kobe still win a championship without Shaq? He showed he could.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. This is my team. Yes, Shaq was an asset. It was easy to play with Shaq because it was so much I knew that was going to take place as far as the defensive end, as far as the boards, as far as points. But at the end of the day, that Lakers squad was built around Kobe.
Right.
So he was a championship at heart. Now it's the same thing with New England. Are y'all New England fans because they were winning? Because it's easy to cheer when they're winning.
When they're winning, absolutely.
But now that Brady is in Tampa Bay, especially for our two friends, Harry Revis and Raymond Wyatt.
Right.
What
are they going to do?
I want to see if y'all are going to still wear a Patriots jersey,
or you're going to run and go get a Tampa Bay jersey.
If now you're going to go get Tampa Bay because of Brady, and that will tell it all.
Absolutely.
That will tell it all. If you see Harry Revis now and he changed them colors, listen, that's going to tell it all.
It's going to tell it all. It's going to say a whole lot. It's going to say a whole lot.
Listen, and he's going to get roasted. If he turns out to be a Brady fan and now he's going to be go Tampa Bay, I'm Harry. Listen to me. Whatever church service, whatever restaurant, if I see you getting that truck detailed or whatever, I'm roasting you.
I'm on live, Nita, please.
Because for so long, it's been about New England.
I'm on live.
You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely right. So look, I'm telling you, if it goes that route, if Harry goes that route and do that, I'm telling you now, I'm going to find Harry. I'm going to clean his truck for him. And I'm going to write and I'm going to spray paint Tampa Bay all over his truck. And he has an off-white Escalade.
Yeah.
Bruh, he's going to hate me.
Listen, he's lucky they still don't have the Kless Diner up. Because I would say I'll go with you And then to consult him, we can go to Kless Diner and get some of them smothered pork chops with the mac and cheese.
Bruh, they don't open back. They don't open Maplewood back up, bruh. Yes, and
Man,
they got the bruh. They got the smothered pork chops. They got the lobsters. They got it up over there. So they didn't open up Maplewood Diner all over again, bruh. So they may not have done Kless, but they didn't open Maplewood back up, man. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's good enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
But listen, we're gonna end it right here. Listen, this is gonna cause us to do a part 2 because we got more questions, we got more topics. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, again, my brother from way back, Jersey's finest, Gerald Miller. We're gonna go on ahead and do a part 2 to this because we still got to talk about music that has dropped and moving forward as far as the schools doing online learning now, as far as homeschooling, all this type of stuff. And we're gonna have way more topics to add to this. So listen, tell everybody, upcoming next Saturday, I got him in the booth. I got him on the platform, Mr. David Frazier. Frazier, who was responsible for some of those heavy hits that he wrote and produced.
A lot of those heavy
all
hits.
Of that. I Need You to Survive, who was, that was the anthem and still being sung at churches.
Absolutely.
He's going to be here next Saturday, 6 p.m. Listen, tune in. Tell everybody, bring your snacks, all of that. It's going to be insightful. It's going to be powerful. Gerald, I love you. Much love, brother.
Already, man.
So, Bishop, I'm going to be calling him, reaching out to him. I got to get Bishop to come.
Cool.
I may just tell Bishop to preach on collard greens or something like that, just to show the people that, he's a wild man.
Absolutely.
Our top 5. But listen, we're going to get back together. I'm telling you, I'll let y'all know when there's going to be part 2 to this. Me and Gerald, we're going to come back. Jersey's finest. We're going to let it happen. Love all y'all. Stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Protect yourselves. Stay in prayer. We love you. And we'll talk to you soon.
Dad, take it easy, man. Have a good one, bro.
Man. Peace.
Peace.